here is the spring cover, and you're actually the cover boy. I was wondering, you know, with all these instruments, there are 6 of you here playing. Yeah. Can you, as the principal percussionist, can you tell how you divide this massive amount of instruments?
Quite big setup in a way. It's not so common to have this kind of setup in the orchestra. Normally we have like triangle, like a small percussion, like the tambourine we will speak later. But well, sometimes that's a bit tricky work, because you have the score and then you have to share the parts between the musicians. And then you have like maybe 2 musicians, then you have to share all the instruments. But this time the percussion part is not so big, but because of we need like many extras, like many players for the rabel and the pieces, so we kind of manage. So we take a little bit of each instrument to different players. Okay. So it's not very busy this time, even if it looks like that, because I think originally it's meant to play by 2, and this time we will play by 6. Because of the other pieces. If we just play this piece, we are only 2. Then we are really like running, as usually we do in the percussion. For example, this concert I'm going to be playing here, so I'm going to be running from the marimba to the vibraphone.
How does it feel to change instruments, you know, in a moment, and you need to follow your path? And
it might look quite like an elite thing, or that you just get used to change instruments and to change mallets, and something that you just start to do it when you are studying percussion. You start to build like setups and put different instruments, so you get used to in a way. But maybe from outside it might look that it's a little bit like tricky, like how can they go from here, from here? You just know the physics of the instruments, and that's it. I believe it's a bit interesting for the audience, I think. It's not like cello is playing just a cello or something like that. Well, I mean, those are the castanhets that I guess everyone knows, like 2 pieces of. There are different materials, like it could be wood, and those are synthetic. But the traditional grip, I don't really know, so I might apologize for that. But it's a little bit like, I can show a bit, but they put the fingers like here. I don't know if you have seen that. And then they play like this. So they make this like, how to say, like tremolo sounds, like rat, rat, rat. But in orchestra it's very difficult to play, because normally we have like very specific rhythms. So it's kind of impossible to play with that technique. So we kind of adjust to our skills in a way, because in the percussion we need a lot of instruments, and then you need to know all of them.
you're from Spain, and you're playing this music now here in Finland. How do you prepare yourself as a player?
Well, in a way, this is basic repertoire for me. Not the guitar concert in a way, but the Ravel and Debussy, because in Spain we play a lot. So it's like maybe in Finland playing Sibelius. Everyone knows. They have played Sibelius many times, so it's like in the basic repertoire. So this doesn't need like a lot of preparation in advance. But normally you just check the parts in advance enough if you don't know the piece. For example, this guitar concerto, just to check if there is something difficult. You really need to practice, or any specific instruments that you don't have, then you need to order for someone, or how many players you need. So basically we do it like quite much in advance. This concert has planned like maybe 2-3 months ago, just to check all the instruments, and then you share the parts and everyone does his detectava, no? The homework of practicing.
Today, this week, we have a combination of French and Spanish music. What is this Spanish music? What is it for you?
Well, I think normally what we identify as a Spanish music is more like the flamenco music, which is the folk music from the south region of Spain. But we have like many different folk music, like in Valencia, where I'm from, or Catalonia, or Galicia. They have like many different like folk music. But the one that was more like international, I think it was the southern, the flamenco, this kind of stuff.
today's Ravel's piece, Rhapsody Español, so you have two movements, and one of them is called Malagueña and the other one is called Habanera. Can you tell us something about these?
Well, I think Habanera, in a way, everyone knows the most famous Habanera in the world of music is from Carmen. Now everyone knows the rhythm, and there is a characteristic rhythm that follows all the Habanera. So it's built around that rhythm. So even if you don't hear the rhythm like itself, it's somehow in the inner thing, in the music. You know this ta-tan, tan, tan, ta-tan, tan, tan. So that's the basic Habanera rhythm. So over that is everything is built in the melody and everything. So. And Malagueña is I think a little bit more like relaxed. But I think they are coming from Latin America, but the connection with Latin America and Spain, of course, is like very big. So in a way, it's like big cultural thing. It's not, you cannot separate it, that it's coming from Latin America or not. But.
That is one influence, and French music is the other. What makes this concert Spanish to you?
Well, I mean, of course, just playing castañes means a little bit Spanish, no? Yeah, it sounds already like a little bit Spanish. But basically, the melodies, the way that the music is going is very rhythmical, it's very alive in a way, it's very moving, and very like small details coming, like French details, and then the Spanish melodies and harmonies. So it's kind of very interesting.